Perfect. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the NICE inContact information session here at the Get Hired Summit. We are fired up for this session and all of the cool things that NICE has going on. They are incredible and growing at a fast clip right now. So MJ, their Director of Talent Acquisition, is here to talk to us about different positions that they have, the culture, their experience. And so if you're joining in here, go ahead and introduce yourself in the chat. Tell us where you're tuning in from. Tell us what you're most interested in, and post your questions. It's been so fun to see these questions that everyone has over the course of the day being answered live. So go ahead and ask them here throughout the course of the presentation, and then I will get to ask MJ when the time is right, those different questions. So awesome. MJ, without further ado, we're so excited to hear from you. The time is yours.
Thank you, Luke. Appreciate you all that you do to put on this event. No easy feat, and certainly again appreciated by myself and I think everybody here at NICE, and I'm sure everyone on the call. So thank you all for having me. Again, my name's MJ Townsley. I'm the Global Director of Talent Acquisition for NICE. I would like to, let's see, Luke, I'm trying to share some slides here, but it's saying it's disabled. Okay, perfect. Perfect, thank you. Okay. Okay, oh, there we go. All right, can you see that screen?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. All right, so we'll get into it here. So again, NICE inContact, NICE CX1. You're going to hear some different names here, right? So I'm going to just start off with sharing that we do have a name change. So we have been NICE inContact. We are moving to just NICE CX1. Nothing's been branded externally yet. So you're going to see, the NICE inContact name will be on our website. It's going to be, as you go apply for jobs, you look for things that also be NICE inContact. Don't have our exact date yet. So we're still waiting on some marketing assets to roll it out, but just wanted to let people know for any confusion. So wanted to, start off with just, who we are. We're not a company that, quite frankly, a lot of people know about. And kind of surprising, I think we're one of the best kept secrets out there. A lot of people think we're a contact center, right? In part because of the name, or they know we're a tech company, but they're just really, again, not sure what we do. So NICE CX1, it's, we're in the business of helping contact centers, right? Around the world, even with our cloud-based software. So, and the actual aim of our software is creating higher levels of customer satisfaction by way of increasing the quality of every customer interaction we have, and also helping them to drive new profitable pathways, speaking of our clients, right? So, and quite frankly, we are dang good at it. We are the leader in our space and truly owe that to the individuals that work here. And in fact, we're going to play a quick video to kind of touch on our products, right? Because when I say something like, explaining, that we help contact centers, I think it'd be cool for everybody to see our innovative products that we have here. So I'm going to play a little video here. Okay, so cool stuff. Hopefully that kind of helps to frame out a little bit of what we do. And of course, there's a lot that goes into this, right? I mean, the back end of this, the research and development team, the sales teams that go out and actually evangelize these products, the support that it takes. So that's what we do, right? And I'm going to talk a little bit about, well, I guess before I do that, I'll show some of our clients, right? It's just a sample client list. We've got, and excuse me, I've only been here for like 5-6 weeks myself, but off the top of my head, we've got like 88 or 90 of the Fortune 100 companies as customers. So again, leader in what we do. Here's some really cool brands that we do work with that have been nice enough to allow us to kind of share their logos here. Probably at least 1 or 2 names that you recognize on there, and hopefully maybe enjoy their products. So again, this is what we do. This is kind of who we do it for, but who we are is nice. I think it's worth mentioning. So now this is nice as a whole, right? So the nice has an Actimize division. There's nice, Actimize, and there's nice inContact, now CX1. So this is representative of the whole, and you're going to understand here hopefully soon why I'm showing this view. But globally, 7,000 employees, a little bit more than that right now, of which 2,000 of those are in our R&D world. So obviously with what we do, it's where we do a ton of hiring. So you'll find a lot of jobs in R&D, a lot of jobs in sales and sales type roles. So whether it's channel, whether we're talking key account manager, direct sales, you name it, we have positions, and we have them all over the world for the most part. So and of course we do have plenty of support positions. We have positions in HR right now. We have accounting roles. Everything that it takes to run a company of this size and span. 35 different global sites is what it can say, not local sites, 35 global sites. And what I love and what really I'm incredibly proud of, and what the company's incredibly proud of is this statistic. So 6 years average tenure and 3 positions on average during tenure. And why I like that so much is it really does speak to our focus on ensuring that employees here are provided opportunities to advance their careers and take on new challenges, right? And we'll talk a little bit more about that. But in our career site, in fact, there's a video I was going to play, but for time's sake, I won't play it here. But if you go to our career site, there's a number of amazing videos on there of employees, and they're kind of talking about why they chose to work here, what it is that they do. The video is going to show actually it's of a sales manager named Ron, who actually since uploading the video, he's now a sales director. So but again, for time's sake, I won't play it here, but I do encourage all to please visit our career site, check out our videos. We've got a ton of great information there, as well as all of our jobs, and we'll share that career site here shortly. So wanted to talk a little bit about our mission, right? So this is our HR mission here, and truly, look, I haven't been here long, but I have seen that this is something that these are not just words on a wall here. We do hire individuals that can excel in this environment, and we do truly want to take individuals' potential, help them get there performance wise, and then of course build a winning culture. You're going to hear winning a lot. If you interview with us, it's going to be something you hear a lot of. In fact, you'll hear it so much that it's even how we interview, right? So we call it winning at NICE, and the things that we look for in this. Let me take a step back, I guess, before I get into this. I will say, just for knowledge sake, like there is a bit of variety in terms of what the actual interview steps will look like, right? And that's based on the role, it's based on the team. There's some roles by nature have more steps to the process. But ultimately, this is what we look for in the interview, right? This is what everybody will get execute with excellence, where we're assessing that. We're assessing, are you an individual who continually, aims higher, keep aiming higher? Can you adapt rapidly and with resiliency? Can you partner with success? These are the core ones. Now, if you're in also a customer facing role, we also are going to earn our customers' admiration. If you're a leader here, we'll also, assess owning your strategy, making quick data-driven decisions, and building a winning team. So this is what we've looked at. We've dialed this in, and something that I feel like we've made a lot of really good hires off of, and we continue to today. Certainly, again, I truly believe in the way that we screen. I think we do a pretty darn good job here of aligning, culture, and where you can find these roles, where you can, apply. niceincontact.com/careers is the site. And again, I encourage everybody here to do that. Now, again, keeping the name change in mind, I mean, we will have our site redirected, when the name is changed over, but would just like to, again, remind everybody it will be nicecx1.com/careers at some point. But again, this will still route there, so this will still work. So, and hopefully you're going and checking out that site before we even have that name change in. So, so as an organization, right, of our size, that global footprint, our culture, it means there really is a lot of different ways for employees to have unique experiences, unique opportunities, and unique personal development, right? And that just comes with a company like ours, in both size and, again, culture. So here's kind of some examples of different ways, right, that you can expect growth here. Harkening back to the slide before with the average of 6 years tenure and 3 positions. So growing in your role, of course, and moving to a new discipline, so a new team, even new role, moving up, expanding responsibilities, developing new skills, and we do strive to give the tools necessary for this, right? So this is just kind of a bit of a sample of different access that you'd have here as an employee. LinkedIn Learning, it's something everybody gets, and everybody, they have access to everything here. Dojos are, internal training systems. So we really do try to, strive, as we say here, strive and encourage employees to be this and this and that, right? And that's up to you, kind of like what you'd want to do. A lot of this stuff, it is, self-learning, self-paced, and something, again, I feel really happy for joining here 6-7 weeks ago, because I mean, again, you see this just in our culture. You see this really at all levels, and it's something I think that is very nice. And I didn't mean to make a joke there, but truly it is a very nice thing to have. Now, life at NICE, right? So we've hit on the other things, but wanted to just kind of give a little bit of insight to our culture, because a lot of companies say, hey, we work hard, we play hard, and it's absolutely true here as well, right? I mean, we do. I can't think of too many meetings, and just a personal story. Like I don't think of too many meetings I've been in so far where there isn't, laughter, where there isn't, some joking. I mean, we get down to business, but I mean, truly the people here, are a joy to work with. We do try to hire people that fit into our culture like that. And so looking at, these are some of our different offices, right? So, US, Hoboken, right there in New Jersey. You've got, of course, Paris, the Philippines, where we have a very large team, and Israel, which actually Israel is, it's worth noting, that is where our parent company, it's where NICE corporate is located, right? So inContact was founded here in Utah, of course, acquired by NICE, and but NICE itself based in Israel. My boss is in Israel, great guy, by the way. And so London, of course, Salt Lake City, Pune, Singapore. We have plenty of other offices on top of this. So we do try to have a lot of fun. So here's, they're eating some great food. This looks fun, probably pre-COVID party here. And then this was, of course, as we adjusted, as everybody's needed to, just some fun pictures to kind of share, from this past year and events. We did actually just have here in Salt Lake, Sandy specifically, a nice outdoor employee event recently. It was just limited to employees only, just due to everything. And but we kind of staged it out, so we maintained all protocol, but had a number of food trucks there, prizes, and you didn't even have to be good to win the prizes. I mean, I was awful at a couple of the games I played, and they still gave me something. So great company, a lot of fun that we have here. We do have, we have done some things with online fitness sessions, a virtual summer camp last year that looked honestly like a ton of fun. Wasn't here for it myself, but this is just a small bite, right? And ultimately, like this is the stuff that you kind of see in our DNA every day. It's how we operate. high level of work ethic, high level of commitment, at that leadership level to make decisions. But again, there's this it's part of the actual, it's palpable here, even actually, like the amount of fun that we have in these meetings and working with each other, and not just your direct teams, right? I mean, I think it's that global, the global experience that opens you up to interact with a lot of teams and a lot of people from other countries. And a lot of times you have teams that are in other countries as well, so it just creates for a very fun environment. Something that'd be worth hitting on, with our compensation, rewards, etc. Of course it does vary by role, as every company, right? But we do have pay for performance in a number of our positions here. Our sales facing roles, of course, our leadership roles, certain positions outside of those with equity as well. And of course, recognition, and recognition can be in the pay, in the way of like spot bonuses that we do here. And then of course, our benchmark is just base pay and benefits. But all employees here as well are eligible for an annual bonus, and again, varies on the role. For the most part, though, it's a month's salary for everybody. It's a safe baseline to say, and I'd say that's where it starts and it goes from there. So great opportunities here. These are just other ways that we recognize. So patent awards for anybody on the R&D side, of course. Division rewards, impact rewards for people who are exemplary. We do have a President's Club. I already mentioned the spots bonus, and then our referral bonus. And actually, our referral bonus is it's a healthy referral bonus here in the U.S. It's $3,000, and it varies elsewhere. So those are the slides I had for everybody. I will stop speaking at you, and let's open it up for questions, Luke.
Awesome. Yeah, that was incredible, MJ, and so cool to see just the pictures of all the cool stuff going on at Nice inContact right now. And congrats on the name change, by the way. That's exciting times too.
Thank you.
I'd love to kick things off.
Bless you.
It's not COVID, I swear. I'd love to kick things off with a couple questions about your experience personally. How did you land a job at MX? I know that you were working at another company just a couple weeks ago. And so what was the transition like for you?
Yeah, so it was actually a recruiter here who knows me, I've worked with before, got me inContact. I just did it again, so they got me in contact with inContact. And recommended I interviewed. And so, I wasn't looking to just jump right into something, right? I really wanted to be very methodical. I think I think everybody, and if you haven't, you're fortunate, maybe started a position somewhere where you're like, this just doesn't align, right? And I wanted to make sure that I was 100% that this was the right place for me, right job, right boss. And so, really it was a great learning process. I mean, I actually asked my boss here, and this is just good advice for anybody listening, whether you come work for us or not. I asked my current boss if we could have just a very frank conversation, before I would even accept the job. And we scheduled it for an hour, and we actually took 2 hours, and it was great. I mean, it was absolutely just like blood and guts and everything. And at the end of it felt like the absolute place for me to be, and haven't regretted it one bit. It's been a really good change.
So exciting. And it sounds like you're the right person for the job then. This is cool. And we have a couple questions coming in here. Just a note to everyone in the chat. If you want to go ahead and pop your question in the chat for what would be most interesting to learn about Nice inContact for you, would love to see that. One that we see pretty often that hasn't been asked yet, but I'll ask it up front, is talk about the remote work situation and working from home.
Absolutely.
What's Nice inContact's policy there?
Absolutely, that's a great question. So as you can tell, we are from home right now, at least myself. So we are working from home. We do not have a date yet for being back in office. It will be late this year. And when we do, we're actually going back to a hybrid model. We will be a few days at home a week, and then, a couple days in the office. There are some positions that we have that can be remote. We do have, of course, as well, opportunities across the U.S. and a number of offices, and then across the world as well. But yeah, everyone will kind of be in that hybrid model when we go back. We won't be back to full time in the office.
Yeah, that's great. And remind me, it looked like you had 7,000 employees. Was I reading that right? It's nice.
Yes,
huge.
You are. It's huge, and that number is only growing. So there's a real opportunity in our market right now where, with COVID, there's been an acceleration in companies switching to the cloud, right? And so we're capturing a lot of that, and really the total accessible market for us it's huge. We're still at like over 80% that we could get there, and so it's just starting. So really this number, we're going, even right now, you can ask with my recruiters, we have hundreds of positions open right now. So it's going to just grow from here. The rocket ship, Luke. It is.
Yes, seriously. Well, tons of positions. When you're hiring for hundreds, like that's so good for the folks here that are looking for opportunities. Like there's bound to be an opportunity for you at NICE.
Exactly.
It's really cool. So Whitney asked, what do you love most about NICE? Since coming there, what's been the thing that stuck out to you most, besides laughter and fun in the meetings that you mentioned earlier?
It's that feeling of accomplishment, right? Here, we get things done awfully quickly. There are some things that, because of our size, take a little bit longer, right? Because there's the process, and it's just it's what happens when you scale to this size. But truly, it's the tenacity with which people work, and it's that that kind of hustle that you get, and so it's a very inspirational place to work in that regard. But otherwise too, it's I get to work with people from all over the world. So my teams, I've got a team here in the U.S., the Philippines, India, Prague, Bolivia, and so it's getting to meet all these people and understand these cultures, and it's been just a lot of fun. And I think I mentioned that too, because I think that's an opportunity that, for folks working here, it's there. Even if you're not working directly with them, you might have some ability to connect. And I think it just brings some very unique perspectives to our culture for sure.
Love that. Michael asked a good question. And I always love to ask this kind of question, because you just landed a job at NICE inContact, so you've been through this process. But two, you've got an inside view, being on the recruiting team, as to tips and tricks for someone that's looking to land a job at NICE, as to what the best unwritten rules are that they should know about to get into the company. So if you could help the audience out here and share, like, if your best friend was looking for a job at NICE, like, what kind of tips would you share for that person?
That's a great question. This is going to kind of sound maybe a bit cliche, but be prepared with examples, right? As we kind of talked through, the things that we look for. So, tying back to, execute. And of course, if this is only true for you, right? Maybe not everybody fits into these things, but, think about, okay, execute with excellence. Like, what are some things? Like, be prepared kind of to give specific things for that. How do I aim higher? Again, if that's true about you, it's, we try to very much educate candidates about the company, and we want to sell it, of course, but ultimately, we don't want to sell to the point where people are joining that maybe would not normally want to join, right? So we kind of are very upfront, and we, of course, every recruiter wants the candidates to be as well. But I'd say, be prepared with examples, quantify when and where you can. And that I say carries probably a ton of weight here for sure.
Wow, that's great. So come with like examples. So what you're saying is like stories that you can share. Somebody says, here's this value. How do you manifest this in your life? And then you can rattle off a story that you've had an experience with that thing. Absolutely. 100%. 100%.
Culture fit is huge here as well. It's going to be something they look for, but that is reflective of the culture. So as we shared before, I mean, there are certain roles that really there's certain roles where you just have to have the knowledge, right? Like if we're talking like a principal AWS role, that's not one you can really say, okay, I'm going to hire potential for. But there's a lot of positions here where we do that, right? Where, we need some base level of experience, right? But then, based on these other attributes that we hire towards, that's why it's so important to have those ready, right? Because it can mean more here, I think, than other places that maybe focus a lot more just on pedigree. And again, not saying that we don't at all, but I'd say it's not as heavily weighted here as it might be other places.
Great advice. Katuska asks a really good question related to that. It says, what do you suggest for someone with a different background to get into sales at your company? So, for example, someone that worked in talent acquisition, or someone that may have been at a call center or something like that. Like, now they want to get into a sales role and really up-level their careers by coming to work at Nice inContact. How would you go about doing that? What advice do you have?
That's an amazing question. And unfortunately, because of my newness here, I don't really know the answer to that. But what I can tell you is the place to find the answers. We do have our session, our open session after this. There's going to be some recruiters there that would be very well equipped to tell you. I love the question. I want to make sure you get the best answer possible.
That's great. Yeah. And for those of you who don't know, that's an hour that you'll get to spend face to face with Nice inContact to ask them questions, and some other companies there too that you can hop around to. So great call out. Abby asks, what type of companies are you targeting? I understand companies in the cloud, but can you be more specific? So yeah, what type of clients would be ideal for Nice inContact?
Yeah, our clients are our contact centers, right? So we are the cloud provider, so it's our cloud software, and the clients are our contact centers are the people that we work with and target.
Got it. That makes sense. So a contact center, for example, for like we just had an information session with Purple. They would have a contact center for like customer service requests and those different things. You sell to those contact centers. Is that
exactly?
Am I
exactly. Correct. Nice. Yep. That's it.
So cool. Well, I know we're up on time here, but you obviously have some more time here in the next session. I wanted to thank you so much, MJ, for telling us a little bit more about Nice and all of the cool things that are happening there. I'll give you a minute to kind of wrap up. But for everyone that's here in the session, would love to see you all in the networking session right after this. Let us know if you have any questions. Otherwise, looking forward to seeing you there. But MJ, any last words for the group here?
Just again, thank you everybody for joining. Please do go check out our careers page. And by all means, I really hope that you're able to make this next session. I think it will be incredibly valuable to go and speak with some of our recruiters, or we'll have people representing on the R&D side, the sales side, and individuals who can answer for anything, whether you're in HR or finance or operation, whatever. So thanks again, Luke. It was a real pleasure, man.